Hello, thanks for tuning in and welcome to the pool party. I hope you can swim because we're definitely diving into the deep end with a huge splash of truth, facts, evidence, information, and proof. Swim. Say what you mean. It's talk about talking. How we listen, how we hear, how we speak, how we hear what we're listening to when we speak, how a listener hears what we're saying, if what we're saying, what they're actually hearing and or understanding. Is it clear? Swim. Say what you mean. Well, that's just the beginning of understanding, because after we get that understanding, how do we accept it? How we respond if it's not what we expect is paramount. Are you okay with the truth? Are you man, woman, human, or spiritual enough to accept the truth? Let's find out.
Let's do it.
Welcome to The Swimming Pool with your host, Travis Bridges.
Bam! That would be me, and welcome The Swimming Pool. SWYM. That is the acronym for Say What You Mean. Question for you, my friend. Are you saying what you mean? Come on, be honest. Don't lie. Are you saying what you mean? Are you meaning what you say? How hard is it for you to say exactly what you mean? I remember not too long ago, I like to write, and I wrote something, and it went something like this. I'm going to paraphrase. What if you could do what you wanted to do, be what you wanted to be, see who you wanted to see, go where you wanted to go, give what you wanted to give? How would your life change? What if you could really be you? And you don't have to admit it, but I know about, I'm going to say anywhere upwards of 60% of a day, when you are in the presence of anyone else, you're probably not being yourself. Especially if you're not a multi-millionaire. Usually when people are stable, they are a little more loose with, what they say and how they say it. Does money change people? Of course it does in some ways. But we don't always say what we mean. And many times we don't mean what we say. My question is, why is that? What are we afraid of? Why are we afraid of being who we really are? Are you really who you say you are? Do you really say what you want to say without feeling like somebody's going to get their feelings hurt or somebody's going to be offended? Don't you get tired of having to watch your mouth so much? I mean, unless you're just going around cussing folk out or just being nasty and mean, what's wrong with just being yourself? Why won't people accept people for who they are and the way they are and just be okay with it? Now, don't get me wrong. If somebody's nasty and mean and disrespectful and just rude, by all means, get away from them. Don't let them around you. But if someone can look you right in your face like this and call a spade, and a jack, why are you going to be mad at them? Why are you going to have a problem with the truth? I remember hearing a sermon. Look it up. Google it. Put it in whatever your search engine is. The truth is unbelievable. Nobody really wants to hear the truth, especially if it doesn't make them feel good. We like to feel good, don't we? I think that's my subtitle. No, that was part of it. Let's see. What is my title? Anyway, I almost forgot. I do have a subject, and at the end of my live stream, I'm going to play a video that kind of sort of gives a little more insight from a different corner of what I'm going to try to get into. Let's see what time it is. I'm going to try to get out of here in less than 15 minutes. Start your engines, your clocks or your watches right now, because I'm going to try to get out of here. I'm going to read my description. Considering we mostly learn when we make mistakes or when we fail, why does no one want to make a mistake or fail? Why does most of us avoid being proven inaccurate? Why do we avoid information that leads to correction? Why are we embarrassed when we can't be knowledgeable about new information? Why is the need to be right so powerful? These questions and more tonight on the People's News Station, W-IDK. IDK is short for I don't know. Do you know? I say all the time, I don't ever want to be proven wrong. Does that make me, does that describe me as a person who has a need to be right? Maybe, I don't know. You can tell me, I will accept it. I don't want to be wrong, but I'm always thirsting for new information. And the very moment I get some new information, this thing goes quiet and I look at how I can benefit from that. But just because I thought something or said something initially, and I don't want to have to double back on what I may have said, thought, or felt, or believed, last thing I'm going to do is stand up and be loud and wrong when somebody flat out points out, you thought you were supposed to make a left, you turned left, got lost and stuck, but you should have made a right. Well, the last time I was here, I made a left and I ended up in the right place. But the map clearly says make a right. The left got you stuck and lost. Make a right next time, okay? Well, okay. Anyway, Melanie Bonita. Great evening. Christine. Deleting messages. Why? Christine, why are you deleting messages? Tomorrow is in the house. Those are great questions. Of course they're great questions. And I have a firm belief in that there is an answer to every question. And there is a solution to every problem. Do you believe that? Or do you have the need to be right with everything? Now, I had a clip that I was going to play before I found the one that I'm going to play, and it talked about something to the effect of, there really is no right or wrong, everything is just based on opinion. Well, maybe that's true. Maybe there is no right or wrong. Maybe there's no good or bad. Maybe there's no light or dark. Maybe there's no up or down. Maybe there's no left or right. However, in society, and I learned this, I didn't even know what the word sociology meant until I went to college 10 years after high school. That's another story I'll tell you one day if you ask me. But 10 years after high school, I went to college. My degree is in criminal justice. I thought I was going to be an attorney at one time, but life changes said, nah, man, you've done pretty good with these 4 years of writing papers and making, speeches and standing in line, registering. And you can probably do well in law school, but just not right now. So I didn't go to law school. Not sure why I was telling you that story. But in sociology, I learned something about social norms. There are things that have been established long before any of us were here. There are laws, there are principles, there are rules. There are things that society has agreed to as standards. Rights, maybe even some wrongs. We know that based on my camera angle, we have agreed, it has been established that this is my left arm, and this is my right arm. So there are quite a few things that are already established. So if you're ever in a conversation with someone and there's a question as to something that has already been established, why are your feelings so strong? Why are your beliefs so powerful? Why is what you said already so important that it overrides logic, principles, social norms, standards, basic principles? Why? Why would you argue logic? Why would I do that? There's no reason to go more than 90 seconds in any kind of disagreement, because you can really get to the bottom if you're open to the truth. And back to my point that I was going to air, a clip. Is there a truth? Is there a right or wrong? Maybe not. I don't know. But there are standards. There are norms. And if we can agree to some hard questions or answers rather, like yes or no, then there's nowhere to go other than away from an ego, including me. Again, I don't like to be proven wrong, but if you have logic, standards, principles, facts, and proof, and you present it, if you can present, some people are just mad because they can't talk. Some people can't express themselves, and if you express yourself a little better than them, the inferior in that sometimes will frighten people, and then that's another thing. And I'm just talking about some of my experiences that I have personally or that I witness, whether it's on TV or the news or sometimes in court. You hear about things that happen. Discovering information is very powerful. I like my intro that talks about listening, hearing, paying attention, and what do you do with that information? Once you have been exposed to something good, like let's just say a standard. Let's say you go to a 5-star hotel and they've got all kinds of nice goodies that you get when you go into the room, and then you get used to that, and then someone checks you into a hotel, motel, one of those kind of things. It's not the same. Anyway, I think I'm going to stop there to be on my time. If there was a message I would have, it's okay to not be right. It's okay to learn. It's okay to listen to what someone is saying. Not so that we can respond, because you all know that rule. Some people listen and waiting so that they can respond. But try it. Tomorrow, next week, maybe later tonight, whenever it crosses your mind, especially if you're in a disagreement with someone. If everything is going well, live your life, don't worry, and be happy. But if there's ever a time where there's any forms of disagreement, close this and open these and listen to what someone is saying. Listen fully to what they're saying. Try not to listen to your feelings, your thoughts, your beliefs, because that's how more chaos comes up. Oh, how? I need to grab that. Listen to what someone is saying. Question the validity of what they're saying. Allow someone to question your validity. If you open your mouth and something comes out of your mouth and it's more of what you're feeling and thinking as opposed to the reality, don't get mad if somebody holds you to what you said and start saying, well, what I meant, you know what I meant. Well, maybe I did, but this is what you said, and I'm going to respond to what you said. What about this one? Action speaks louder than words. I'm not even going to get on that one. You can't take things like that out of context. Anyway, in closing, if you ever find yourself in a place of where you're not quite on the same path or you're in agreement with someone or something, just listen to what they're saying, question what they're saying, get the validity of what they're saying. And if their validity lines up with logic and principles, don't be mad. Say, oh, wow, I was sitting on the east side of the house and I saw the sun rise at this angle. You know, yesterday I went on the west side of the house and the sun did do something different than what it did on my side. Thanks for showing me the other view from the other side. What I was looking at was dead on from where I was looking at it from. But I moved a little to the left or to the right and I see something different. And you know what? I thank you for showing me a different way to look, listen, think, feel, and maybe even believe. Don't be stubborn, please. Don't be stupid. And when I say stupid, I don't mean people being stupid. Don't say stupid stuff. Yeah, some things are stupid. And I don't like using that word. And I'm sorry, Lord, if I'm wrong for saying stupid. But don't be stupid just because your feelings are strong about something or your belief is strong about something. Allow logic, principles, and common decency and reasoning to be a part of your equations when you're interacting with someone. Trust me, you will sleep better, and so will they. You might even live longer and have a whole lot less gray hair not to have to dye or to cover up. Okay? Tell me where I'm lying about anything, and I will welcome your opinion. By the way, if you want to talk to me, I'd love to talk to you. TravisBridges2@AOL.com. Remember that one? America Online. I'm an original. I really like that email address, and I've had most of my email addresses since the beginning of the World Wide Web. So yeah, send me a message or a topic. I'll talk about it. I'll talk to you about it. Again, I don't like being proven wrong, especially about something that I have voiced or have researched and have found information on. But my God, please show me what the West Side looks like, because I'm always looking from the East for the most part, because that's just my favorite side of the coin. Okay, so show and tell. That's the game we show. Show me, tell me. I will listen. I will hear. I will pay attention, and I will take the new information that I receive, do something different with it. How about you? Can you do that? Because what you discover is paramount in how well you move forward with or without anyone you find yourself in any kind of chaos or disagreement with. Get it? Got it? Good. I have a video I'm going to play. Listen to what the man is saying. Don't shoot the messenger. It's very simple. It's black and white. It's just reasonable. I liked it. I thought it was cool. And I don't agree with everything, but you can't argue just because you don't like or agree with something. Logic, speaks for itself. All right. I pushed incorrect emoji. Those are great questions. Okay, there we go. Thanks, everybody. The 5 people that are here now and the 7 that, clicked on it and moved on. And the other 20 or 30 more that checks me out during the week. Thank you so much. I watch a lot of social media, and there are a lot of people out there doing a lot of things, and I really enjoy different perspectives from different people. So I have become a social media junkie. I don't think I overdo it, but I really like knowledge, and I'm almost embarrassed to admit this, but I don't like to read. And I'm not ashamed of that. I know I should be, and I am reading a book right now, just to improve that. But I really like to listen. Audiobooks are the best thing since sliced bread and peanut butter sandwiches. I really like audiobooks, and audiobooks that have video stuff to it. That's even good. I really enjoy it. As far as the new, am I rattling? Okay, let me just close. I don't watch the news as much because I know I can really now hear the programming in some of the news medias. And it's just like, they really think I'm a fool. Why do they have to say it like that? Why are they trying to program what they want me to see? Have I gotten wise now? I just don't like traditional news. I like information. I really do. That's the difference between news and information. With that being said, I'm going to play my little subscribe promo, and then I'm going to go to the clip and I'm going to let you go. In the meantime, thank you so much. This is therapy for me. I come on here to talk about things that I hear, see, feel, think about, and I feel good doing it. I've got some background in radio, don't know anything about TV, never knew anything about a camera until COVID hit. After COVID, I saw what people were doing, and I'm like, maybe I can do that too. And you know what I'm going to go ahead and put into the atmosphere? I think I would be a different person behind some kind of podium. And I've been talking to some people about public speaking and sharing some of my stories, thoughts, views, comments, testimonies. I've got more stuff to talk about. By the way, I have a target date for my book, June, Father's Day of 2024. I'm going to release the book that I've been threatening on y'all for a long time. So that's the target date. Pray with me and pray for me that I'll be able to release on that date. But with that being said, and as I was saying, being able to go out and share my thoughts, views, and comments with a live audience is something that I'm trying on. I'm peeking around the corner. See, can I do that? And I really believe I can. I don't want to be nobody's preacher, nobody's minister, nobody's apostle or bishop or anything like that, because I'm not that religious. I do go to church and I do enjoy worshiping and fellowshipping with my fellow brethrens and sisterins. But I believe you can speak without, hammering down somebody's throat or preaching, so to speak. And no disrespect to anyone who's a minister, preacher, bishop, or any of that. But it's just not the platform that I'm seeking in terms of speaking public. Will I speak at a church? Yes, I will. Will I respect the house of the Lord and someone's pulpit? Absolutely. But I see myself in some capacity sharing some of the wisdom that I've built up through some of my experiences. And I look forward to being out there running this thing right here in a good, powerful, strong, and effective manner to be able to bless folks through the words of my testimony. So look for me out there in them streets. All right. Who else joined me? Awesome. Congratulations. Thank you, Melanie. Appreciate you. Love you too. And everybody else. I really do. Find someone you need to say I love you too. Don't just say it. Mean it. Let it be true. Live your life. You're going to be criticized. People are going to talk about you. It was my main man, Les Brown, who says, someone's opinion of you does not have to be your reality. I listen to a lot of people, but it was Les Brown who blessed me with that one. And if it wasn't for that one, I don't know where I would be. It's okay. Talk about me. Talk about anybody else. But even my opinion about someone else doesn't have to be their reality. Keep that in your heart, your mind, and your soul. Keep it close to your vest. All right, I'm out of here. I'll be right back. Stay tuned for the promo. It'll kind of bring to full closure, or full circle rather, what I'm trying to say. Okay? Till the next time, take good care of yourself. I'll see you when I see you. Love you. Mean it. Ciao, Pascal.
Mighty Horn Music. Smooth jazz, top 40, R&B, inspirationals, and more. Live from the Hollywood Home Studio. Like, share, subscribe. And thanks for tuning in.
Hi, Jefferson Santos here, seven-figure entrepreneur and author of the book Higher Life Design. And today, I want to talk about always being right. There's a quote by Stephen Jocelyn that says, being right keeps you in the same place, while being wrong forces you to explore. And so being right really doesn't cause us to really grow. Think about how many times that we wanted to be right. We've all heard the opposition quote of, do you want to be right or do you want to be rich? Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Right? And think about that for a second, because there's a lot of times in our relationships, right, and also in business, that we want to be right, and we're hammering it that we want our opinion and because we're right, and then that kind of steals our joy. And then really we don't really grow from that. And so once again, being wrong is also a way that you can grow. I know it doesn't feel good, but it's a way that we can grow. And so I want you to think about, how is that serving you in your relationships right now? Now, when I say relationships, I mean also with your kids, if you have kids, spouse or significant other, and or your coworkers, or maybe even your boss. How is that working for you right now? For me, it didn't work that well. And maybe if you are right, you don't need to tell them that you're right. You must say, hey, listen, in my experience, here's what I've encountered. And then you share your opinion versus saying, well, this is the way it is and blah, 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 blah. And so I think there's ways that you can kind of assert your professionalism of, you probably know the right answer, but you don't need to come off as if you're the know-it-all. Because once again, there still needs to be room for learning. Because once again, when you're wrong, there's that room to explore. It's like, okay, well, there's been times, obviously several times in my life, a lot, where I feel that I'm right. Like, I feel it's the best answer in the world, but I didn't even say the answer. Somebody said something else, and that was a better answer than mine. And I asked them, well, why did you say that? And they explain it to me. It's like, whoa, I learned a whole new way of looking at something. And because I was myopic and I was in my own little world with my opinions and what I think I know and what I've experienced and all this stuff, I thought I had the right answer. And think about that for a second. The more we think we're right all the time, the less we're going to grow. So, I mean, it reminds me of, the late Steve Jobs. He was right about the Macintosh. He was right about a lot of different things, but he was butting up against his own company, and they fired him from his own company that he started. But because he was fired and it was a humbling experience, he was forced to kind of reinvent himself. He learned a lot from that. And he developed Next, which developed technologies like the OS X and then the stuff that's on the iPhone and then all the other softwares that Apple and iPhone and all that is today. And then Pixar, and then he became the largest shareholder in Disney. And all of a sudden, he got so big, it was like Apple needed him back. And so, but Apple wouldn't be what it is today if he wouldn't have got fired. And so, once again, he learned from that, and because he was big enough to learn from that, he turned that into something great. And so hopefully just that little nugget right there, I mean, it's helped me tremendously in my life and in my relationships and my business. And so hopefully that nugget right now helps you as well. And in my next video, I look forward to helping you arrive at your intended destination, healthy, wealthy, and happy.
Mighty Horn Music. Mighty Horn Music.
As time draws near and you plan your social events, call Mighty Horn Music for a party you and your friends will never forget. From banquets, receptions, family reunions, and church functions to birthday, executive, or private parties, Mighty Horn delivers. Event packages include live musicians, psalmists, comedians, clowns, and a karaoke show that's guaranteed to make you laugh. Mighty Horn Music specializes in providing a variety of music to keep your guests going for hours. Mighty Horn Music. Let us create a custom sound for your special event. From start to finish, Mighty Horn Music will plan your theme, decorate, cater, and entertain your guests with class and style. This year, make your events live with Mighty Horn Music. Call 786-487-7338, 786-487-7338, or log on to mightyhornmusic.com and let's party.
SWYM. Swim. Say what you mean. As much as this information is designed to bring awareness to how we listen, hear, and process, it is also a form of therapy. The little person inside of all of us needs to be heard. As adults, even listening to ourselves is a form of healing, strengthening, and growth. It's okay to speak, talk, express yourself, and be heard, even if you're the only listener. If our testimony does anything at all for anyone else, that makes the continued effort worth the time. Get the words out. You'll feel better, and that's a promise. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it.
You know, sometimes it seems like all the good times are gone. But you got to keep on searching. You got to keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. For example, take me standing right here today. I would not be here with you if I believed the things that the people say. You got to keep on searching. Keep on searching. Keep it on the cold side. Keep it on the cold side. Keep on looking around.
Good night, y'all. Thank you again. Appreciate you.